Okay, today we're talking about loneliness because loneliness is something which affects so many of us in different situations. One minute we can feel like we have loads of friends around us, people understand us and we're getting what we want from life. But sometimes it can be exactly the same situation yet we feel lonely because we're not getting our needs met. And the key thing when it comes to loneliness is not about having people around you or having things to do. It's about that feeling of control and power, because if you don't feel empowered, then you're not going to feel that you can do anything that you need to do, get the gains you want to get, or have control over your life. And control is something which will leave anyone feeling desolate, sad, depressed, and lonely. You can talk to people all you want and they can tell you all these handy hints which are going to help you to gain that sense of control, that sense of autonomy, or even stop feeling lonely. Yet you can still walk into that room surrounded by people and that loneliness will keep on coming up. So this video is really about you learning what it is that you need in order to feel empowered and in control of your life. And then all of a sudden you won't feel lonely anymore. We can be in a situation where we have no one around us and we haven't seen someone all day, yet because you kept yourself busy and you've been interested in what you've been doing, you don't have that same loneliness pervading your life telling you that there's something wrong. And remember, all loneliness and all those other emotions are a message sharing with you that there's something not right here. Something needs to change. So rather than running away from that lonely feeling, why don't you meet it head on and go, okay, I feel lonely now. What can I do instead of staying still and being lonely to help me to feel empowered? Remember, empowerment is all emotions are trying to help you to achieve. You feeling that you have control and the ability to do what you want in that situation when you want to do it. With that sense of loneliness, you can think to yourself, actually, I can use this and gain power over my life in a way. So in fact, you might actually feel happy that you feel lonely. It's just about knowing the next steps after feeling lonely so that you can make the best decision for you. Loneliness doesn't need to be a part of life that fills you with dread and anxiety. Loneliness can just be a signpost, just a pit stop on the way to something more. So rather than seeing loneliness as something that's holding you back, let's start relating to loneliness as something which is pushing you forward and you can be excited about feeling, because as hard as it feels to feel that lonely feeling, if you could start to take it as that signpost, then there's a whole world of options open to you that will help you to navigate that lonely feeling and use it, and also to gain something else from your life. In fact, when you feel lonely, it's just your life not going the way that you want it to go. Maybe the people you're hanging around with aren't the right people for you. Maybe you've grown out of them. Maybe the job or the situation you're in just isn't on point with what you want. It's just a longing for wanting something more. Start relating to that message as something that's positive, something that you can grapple with. And then you can start problem solving, thinking, actually, what do I want from life? What is it that I need in order to feel validated, empowered, in control, happy, and most importantly, content? Because then that loneliness will be used in the right way. Something that's helped you to gain that level of empowerment in your life. What I hope you'll gain from this video is that loneliness is a horrible emotion, but it's something that's trying to direct and help you along your road. Start seeing that lonely feeling, just sharing that message that you need to take control over a part of your life. And some really quick, easy steps that are going to help you to stop feeling lonely are: speak to friends and relatives. Okay, you might not get on with them in the same way that you'd like to. They might not be on point with where you are right now, but any help you can get in this state will just give you a sense of power, control, and also space away from that emotion so that you can think about what it is that you want. Next, start thinking about hobbies and work projects, because that lonely feeling is dedicated towards other people, but you can start thinking maybe parts of life aren't giving you that same level of enjoyment, happiness, contentment, and you're not able to use your time and your effort effectively. So remember, it's not always just about the loneliness of other people being around. It can also be the loneliness of not knowing the next steps forward, that sense of disempowerment. So think about some work projects, some hobbies, something that you can do instead of being lonely. Just a little change. I know it might seem tough or even anxiety provoking to think about it in that way. It just helps you to get a different perspective over the way that your life is right now. And once you start to do that, you'll connect to yourself in a different way, a way that leads you to feel empowered. And then all of a sudden you'll start to grow and develop in a whole new area of life, Other people will be present there too, because you'll find people with the same or similar interests, but it won't matter either way because you're going to be so excited to go out and do those things which are on point with what you want in your life. You're going to be connecting to yourself. You're going to be growing something. In fact, there was a news report on a little while ago talking about people that feel lonely and depressed and how doctors are actually prescribing plants to give to those people, because once they had that plant, they can nurture it, allow it to grow, water it, and get a sense of validation and a feeling of happiness and contentment that they've given something back. It's just enabled them to feel a little bit better about spending that time alone. And all of a sudden, they had loads of plants around them and their mental health actually increased. So that exercise not only allowed people to nurture the plants, but also nurture a part of themselves, which led them to feel empowered, happy, and content. Remember, I made this video because it's Loneliness Awareness Week. If you feel lonely, why don't you connect to people and maybe even leave me a comment sharing with me problems that you're facing in your life that are stopping you from moving on from that lonely feeling. And on that note, I wish you all the best. See you next time. And remember also to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye-bye.